for a tour of our whole home from top to bottom. I don't think we've ever done a whole house tour besides when we moved into our house 4 years ago, which would be a really good video to go watch before you watch this one because we've done a lot of changes. But a lot of people have been requesting seeing a whole house tour, so I thought since we have made a lot of changes to our home since the last time I filmed any kind of tour video, that this would be a good time to do a whole house tour. So just to give you guys some context, we live in Minnesota. It's the winter. We live in a 70s house that's been updated for the most part, but it still has a lot of character and a lot of interesting features. It's actually a 4-level split home, so it's split down the middle, 2 levels on top of each other, kind of like you'd have a 2-story and then you kind of put it all awkward like that. So it goes up and down and up and down, and you will see that there are a lot of stairs. And I also have a daycare in our home, which makes it interesting for a house tour because the top 2 floors of our house are basically just like a normal house, and the bottom 2 floors of our house are more of the daycare. So I'm going to show you the whole entire house, and I hope you guys enjoy. Now, I have a lot of videos with specific areas, closets, room tours, and that kind of thing for each area of the house. I will link all of those in the description if you want more detailed looks. I also will be doing a lot of organizing videos and just day in the life of a working mom and daycare videos. So if you like those kinds of videos, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel and click the bell if you are interested. We'd love to have you as part of our Glue Stick family. So let's begin. Okay, so I'm here at the front door just to give you guys some perspective, and if you look over this way, this is our dining room. So people enter right into our dining room from the front. That's where guests often will come from. Daycare families come from the back, which I'll show you when we get there. But this is our dining room. It's definitely 70s. We've got very old tile that I don't love, but would be a lot of work to replace. But we now have this gorgeous farmhouse table and bench that my parents actually made for me, so it's custom for this room. It can seat a lot of people. And then we have these white X-Back chairs from IKEA that we've used and loved for quite a few years now. We just have white curtains in here, and then if you look up, if you go back and watch our old tour from when we first moved in, this had like orangey brown paneling, and there were beams running across, and it was just really ugly and just did not fit our decor at all. So we painted that, removed the beams because they weren't structural and they made no sense. But it looks a lot lighter and brighter in here because this home has a lot of dark wood, so we add a lot of white to balance it. But if you notice over here, we have this absolutely gorgeous wall that totally sold us on this house. This house has a great architectural details and features that we just love. So we love having this in our dining room, and I've finally gotten around to decorating the mantle. We have this beautiful white clock, and I will link to as many of the items that I show you guys as possible if they're still available, which that probably is. We just kind of added some stuff I already had plus a faux flower and called it a day for the decorating, but I just think it makes it so warm and cozy. And then over here on the kitchen side wall, we have this beautiful buffet that I redid a couple years ago. It's just a dresser that I redid with chalk paint and the same stain that's on the table. And then along with our table, my parents also made me these industrial shelves. I just love how they really add that rustic feel. And then I got, you know, a bunch of white stuff, mostly from thrift stores, and my canisters, and then just a couple art pieces, and then just sprinkled in a bunch of stuff that we already had. I just have this nice pop of red for Valentine's Day, and I just like red. We like pops of red in our house, so I just think it's really cute and really is a nice focal point for this room and this wall, and it's very functional as well. And then one of the first things people see when they walk in is this little white cabinet, which is our craft cabinet. I have a video on how I organized that because this room gets a lot of use with our girls and my daycare for just coloring and painting and stuff like that. And then we have this really nice little plaque up here just to welcome people as they walk in. And then over here we have our pantry. I have videos on that as well. It's actually a coat closet we turned into a pantry because we didn't have one, and with the daycare we definitely needed one. So let's actually head into the living room. So over here we have this little nook. We have a little place for people to put their shoes, and one of my favorite Michelle Armas prints, and just this little table here. And then when you come in, I actually have a whole video on how we make this a very multi-purpose room because it's a living space, it's a play space, and it's an office space all in one. And we have a lot of like features that we kind of had to work with to make it functional. But we just have this nice console table behind the couch with kids' toys in the bins. We've got our little office area with this desk and our computer, printer, and storage, and it functions really well considering we have a daycare business, online business, and my husband's working on a business as well. And then we have our actual living space. We've got a nice sectional from IKEA, our little coffee table that ties in more of the wood tones, and our entertainment center. And I love these two blue chairs and our blue file cabinet, which also doesn't look like a file cabinet, but it keeps all our files without anybody being the wiser. And then we have our beautiful gallery wall right here that the girls love to look at and see family and things that we love, and it just reminds us that we truly are very blessed. A couple other great features of this home is we have two giant bay windows that you can see from the living room. We have this one in the living room, and then we also have this giant one in the dining room. And if you guys have followed us for a while, you've seen that our girls, well, our oldest daughter so far loves to play in the bay windows, and I just think it's a really cute feature. If you look up, we also have these beamed ceilings running all the way into the kitchen. It's just a really, really cool architectural detail of this home, and they are vaulted, so they go up, and we just really love that. And then above the desk, we have what we call our balcony. So we have this rail, and we have our little staircase. So all our bedrooms are up here. It's just a really cool feature. So if our girls are playing in their room, we can still like interact with them. We can still hear them. We can still see them. They're only a couple steps up. It just makes it feel a lot more open than it would if it was all closed off. And then we also have a little closet in here that I'm going to be reorganizing hopefully soon, which is just like our office closet. But let's move into the kitchen. Now, although our home isn't a completely open layout, we love how the dining room, the kitchen, and the living room are still open to each other, and the girls love to go in a circle around. And it's just for a 70s house that's pretty open. And so the kitchen has been redone before we moved in. It's not our favorite. We would have preferred either darker cabinets or white cabinets, but you know, you make do with what you have. We did add this island when we moved in because it was just open and didn't make a lot of sense, and we do all of our prep here. It's just butcher block. And then we just added a couple little features to make it cute and homey. I would love to redo the whole thing, but my husband, who's the cameraman, he's shooting me a look because he would never want to redo the whole thing. But it's a really good functional kitchen for what we need it for. There's the fridge, and we have this little area over here where we keep our produce. And I recently redid this cabinet. It's like our command center cabinet, so I'll link to that video as well. But it's nice because we have the bar stools here. The kids can eat here and you know, stay interactive together, which is really, really nice. And we also have the beams in this room as well. Okay, so let's head upstairs to the bedrooms. Okay, so up here we have 3 bedrooms and a really outdated 70s bathroom. I like that we have these two canvas prints of our family. My husband has gifted both of those to me, and I just love how we have them between our girls' rooms. And here is our oldest daughter, Celia's room. She has a pretty spacious room for a 70s house. And we just got her this new bed. I have a whole video talking about it, but it's just wonderful. She loves it. And it's just a fun room full of color and vibrant pictures and all kinds of stuff that just screams our daughter and little girl in general. We've got her art over on the wall and just some things to remind her to dream big, and lots of little thrifted finds to make it feel really sweet and special in here. And then over here's our really outdated bathroom. I'm not going to go over it because we hate it, but we're not going to be probably redoing it for a long time. And then next to the bathroom we have this awesome giant linen closet. I have a whole video on me redoing that, but it's a wonderful spacious closet for a 70s house. And then let's go to our daughter Bryony'S room. And then in Bryony'S room, she's our 1-year-old. She has a really nice room. It's not very big, but it's perfect for her. And if we ever have to make do with a whole bed, we will make do. But it's just very sweet, very light gray on the walls with this pop of seafoam green, and we have the old rocking chair from when I was growing up, this cute little dresser. We have room for a toy box in here. I love these shelves that we've had since our oldest was using this nursery, just filled with pictures and really cute little knickknacks and things that remind us of our old house, because that actually I bought right as we were moving out of our old house before our girls were born. She's got a really great size closet as well. And then behind the door, we really made use of this. This is a banner we made when we found out we were pregnant with our first, because we thought we were infertile for a long time, and come to find out we weren't. And they both are our dream come true, so I really love that we can tie that in. And then we have these little bookshelves here. It just makes great use of this really narrow, hard to fill space because the door has to be open here. But it works really, really well for the nursery. Outside in the hallway, I love that we have, although this is an older home and there's lots of weird spaces, we've been able to use them to our advantage. So right here is where we have our little growth chart for our girls, but you can't see it from the downstairs. It's like our little secret. And then over here on the what we call balcony, just part of the hallway with the rail, we have this dresser that my mom actually redid for us when our first was a baby. And then we have this art print here that just really fills the space. And then we have the master bedroom. It's just a bedroom, but we use it for ourselves. And honestly, we never redo our room. It has not been painted. We really just don't care that much, but here it is. We would eventually like, you know, new nightstands, a new headboard, to paint it, you know, and add more character, but it's just not something we have ever gotten around to. And then over here we have two closets, which are a great size just for us. We don't have a lot of clothes, and we have a giant dresser, which helps in this pretty small room. And then we also have our vision boards behind me, which I have a whole video on if you are interested. I just love that that's a feature of our room now. Okay, we're back in the kitchen. Here's the stairs upstairs to give you context, and here is the stairs downstairs to what we call like our daycare room. So let's head down there. Okay, right at the bottom of the stairs is our laundry room, and then we have our coat storage and bench. We have a closet here, which is our coat closet, and a closet here, which we replaced the door because it was just so much wood, which we just have like shoe storage. And then we have our like guest bathroom and the daycare bathroom, which is also very outdated and very 70s. We've got the orange top to the vanity, the blue cabinet, and the tin ceiling. I don't know. There's a lot of styles going on in here. There is a shower in here. We never use it. But, you know, another bathroom we'd love to redo, but when you have a daycare and you're a two-parent working family, it just is not on the priority list just because of the hiatus we would have of using it and all of the mess, and so we just haven't gotten around to it. But grateful to at least have it. And then at the bottom of the stairs we have the laundry room, which I'll show you. It's not beautiful, but it's super functional. I have a couple videos of me reorganizing it. It came with this built-in orange desk. And we put this IKEA unit on top of it for a lot of my daycare storage. We've got our freezer in here. We've got a pack and play in here if we need a baby to nap nearby, which my baby slept in here for the longest time. Not under here, I pull it out. But when I have a brand new baby for the daycare, I like them to sleep in here because they're right next to us. But it is a really big space. It has a lot of potential. We've got cabinets on this wall built in. Got our washer and dryer. We have this IKEA storage, and we've got this unit here. There's a lot going on, but it's super duper functional for us, and I love that there's a door on it, so when people come over I can just shut the door if it's not a big deal. Okay, so the rest of the house that you're gonna see is pretty much my daycare space. It's two different levels. We use both, mostly this room all year long. We use the basement more when it's winter and we can't get outside as much, but this is a really fun, functional space that works really well for us. So I have quite a few tours of this, so if you want to see more videos of how I've adapted it over the years, I will link those below. Over here is where families enter. It's our back door. It's where we come in and go from our house, and that's where we keep all our shoes, the kids' coats, all that kind of stuff in our little locker system. We've got information over here and a bench, and then we've got our gate here to close it all off, and I have a whole bunch of videos on this space if you want more information. Over here is kind of like my desk area where I keep my coffee during the daycare day and just all kinds of stuff that I need to access. And then we have the daycare space. I'm not going to go into it too much because I have a lot of videos on it, but we have these black mats here so we can do crafts here and Play-Doh and paint and all that stuff, and it's not getting on the carpet. I would love to have hard floors in this room, but it just hasn't happened yet. We've got a fireplace here, but we have it covered with these shelves so that, you know, the kids aren't climbing in there, and we can keep toys in there as well. We've got like a changing area over here for the little ones, and we keep all their napkins here and tons of books and just all kinds of stuff that we keep in here. But like I said, if you want more detail on these spaces, I'll link to more thorough videos below. And just to make this whole fireplace really functional, we anchored this shelf into it so that, you know, the kids aren't climbing in there. And we also have created these padded sections here so that they can like sit up here and play, and it's soft because underneath is just stone and brick. So we really like how functional that is. And when you first enter our house from the back, there used to be a door here to the basement, but because we use it so much, I just really wanted it to be more open, so we have gates everywhere. And this goes down to the basement. I apologize in advance for our water softener, which is down here, which is like recharging, and it's kind of loud, so I apologize for that. But this is our basement daycare space. I've adapted this a lot over the years, but this is basically our dramatic play room, where we have our kitchen, a little table, we bring the dolls in here, we've got this little desk that the kids can use. Over here underneath the stairs we have our dress-up clothes and just some like fake cleaning toys for the kids. They love to play that. We redid this space, actually, this whole basement, when we moved in, and it got flooded within 2 weeks of moving in, which was really frustrating, but we had to redo it all. So we actually took our storage room, which was this whole space, and cut it in half and added a 3/4 bath. So that's down here. Really like that it's brand new. And then we have our storage room, which I recently purged, and I would highly recommend that video as well. Over here in these double doors are all our utilities, our furnace and all that, so they're locked so the kids can't get into it, but that's what you're hearing right now. And then over here, we actually made this room while we were having to redo everything anyway. We made it into a legal bedroom, so it's actually a 4-bed, 3-bath house, whereas before it was a 3-bed, 2-bath house. So that was really nice. At least there was like a bright side to it flooding. And so this is like just our extra daycare space. The boys love to build with blocks down here. We actually added this TV because my husband got a free TV, so we brought our old TV down here. So once in a while when we're stuck inside, we'll do like a yoga video or an exercise video or dance videos. So I'm glad we have that. Got our dollhouse down here. And then we have just like our youngest child sleeps down here, and I have the monitor on her and the fan for white noise, and we've got the mats down here because it is laminate floors, so they can like do somersaults and get crazy down here, but they mainly love to build with blocks. And then we do have a closet down here that we added, as well as our egress window. It's actually probably the biggest bedroom in our house, so sometimes I'm kind of jealous that it's used for the daycare, but it is a wonderful extra space for us when we are stuck inside for so long in these Minnesota winters, to have extra space to go, because our other space just isn't very big. So that was our whole house from top to bottom. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what your favorite space was, and if you want any tours of any specific spaces that I haven't done recently, I would love to give those to you guys. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. We love our Glue Stick community. Bye guys.